So I got a text um, recently from none other than Mike
Your
Tyson.
mother.
No, Mike
Oh, Mike
Tyson.
Tyson.
Yeah,
Okay.
and
Your mom, Mike Tyson. What's the difference?
no, yeah, he texted me. It was really nice. He was like, "May the fourth be with you," and that was really nice of him. I really appreciated it. But the problem was it wasn't May the fourth, and I was like, Mike, come on, it's not May the fourth. And he's
See
like,
where this is going.
I know. He's like, but I wanted to let you know, May the fourth be with you. And then I realized he wasn't saying May the fourth.
He's saying May the
May the
fourth.
force. So I just wanted to share with you.
You gotta be careful making fun of him. He'll find you. How old is he now?
I don't know. He's pretty old, but
May the 4th.
he's an awesome. I mean, Mike Tyson just wants to let you know, happy Star Wars Day. May the fourth be with you.
Happy Star Wars Day, man. I like the way he like ends his sentences. Like, Happy Star Wars Day, dude.
Sequels?
Oh, versus.
Yeah. So we got prequels or sequels.
Prequels.
Really?
Yeah.
How come?
The sequels, I mean, I didn't want to like hit so serious in this podcast, like off the front, but they suck.
You really don't like them.
I really don't like them
Which
at all.
Like any of them? You don't
I
like
just,
any of them?
No, I don't like any of the. I don't like episodes 7 to 8. I haven't seen. I will admit, I have not seen 9, the newest one, just because I did not like 7 and 8 so much that I just didn't think it was worth the money. I might watch it. Is it on Disney Plus now?
Yeah, it's on Disney Plus today. What about the prequels do you enjoy the most?
I think. I don't know. Over the sequels, I think it's just because it's a George Lucas. It's his story.
Yeah.
Like it's not someone new. They're not. I will admit the OG 4, 5, 6. Those are great movies, and they're legends for their time, and they were fantastic movies. And then he continued on with prequels, and I think that's why I like it. Is because he was directly involved.
Mm-hmm. And
there's just some characters I like in the prequels that obviously brought in, and I liked them a lot. So.
Yeah. For me, it's like it's a pretty tough decision because like the prequels, I absolutely despise episodes 1 and 2. I cannot stand those movies. Just because.
But you like 3.
Yeah, I like episode 3. Episode 3 is great. Honestly, I can't. There are things that I kind of dislike about it, but like. Overall, it's a solid movie. It's not.
That's my favorite prequel. That's my favorite prequel.
Yeah, that's the good one, as it's commonly known as. But episodes 1 and 2. Episode 1, Jar Jar ruins the whole movie. Literally, just ruins the whole movie. I watched it. And I was like, dude, I literally hate this. It's terrible. Everything just is ruined by Jar Jar. I was like, what?
He's a rough character, dude. It's just
like they could have done something cool instead of have Jar Jar.
I was gonna say here's the alternate. What do you think they should have done? Should there have been no Jar Jar and fix the dialogue, and just kind of fill the spaces where he would have been, or like replace him with another character? Like, what would be your choice? I mean, what would be your idea?
So I thought about this a while ago. I was like, you can still have like Gungans. I don't care if there are Gungans or not. Just make them less weird. But like replace Jar Jar with like, I don't know. You can still have him be an outcast, but don't have him be as annoying as he is.
Like an idiot, like an absolute idiot.
Like a complete and utter moron. Like don't.
Do you believe? Have you read the theories? Do you believe that he is like a Sith Lord? Or whatever the wackadoo theory was.
Yes, and I'm so sick.
I read the whole thing. I thought it was interesting, but I'm like, all the proof is what made me like interesting, like interested. All the proof that they gave and like from the films and stuff, and I was like, okay, this is weird. Someone spent way too much time thinking about this stupid character.
But I think that would have made it all worth it in the end. Nothing is worth it at this point. Like
With
Jar
him,
Jar
none of
was
it's
not
worth it.
worth it. But if he was like legit the bad guy, that would have
That would have been wild.
That would have made everything worth it. So that
Yeah.
Jar Jar's my biggest problem with episode 1. I would have replaced him with like maybe an outcast
Anybody else.
outcast
Literally
war hero.
anybody
Yeah,
else.
honestly. Like
Put George Lucas in the film as a midget, and it would top Jar Jar Binks.
I would have rather him been like an Ewok, because at least an Ewok can actually talk.
Oh, how wild would that make that
Oh my-
that episode, that movie?
That would
It'd be so funny. Chub the Ewok instead of Jar Jar Binks.
There's a part where Qui-Gon drops his lightsaber and then the Ewok picks it up and starts waving. He starts like attacking droids.
Throws it like a spear, just nails battle droids in a row.
Oh,
Too funny.
that would have been great. And then my biggest problem with episode 2, the dialogue is really awful. It's such an awkward movie. Like,
Yeah, well, it's an awkward movie because I'm not sure they really knew how to like approach Anakin and Padme. I understood the idea. They wanted this to be this taboo thing and whatever, and they're perfect for each other, which we find out later that kind of like fell apart. But that's an understatement. But you're right. Like the way the whole movie played out, it felt awkward with that played in. And you said dialogue, and that's immediately what I was like, yeah, the dialogue especially
is bad.
in their scenes. It's just
I hate sand. It's rough, coarse, and it gets everywhere.
Saved by the Tusken Raiders at the end.
Oh my
you're
gosh!
Just like, let's get some action in here because I'm tired of sand. I will say though, I can't bag too much on Hayden. What's his name?
Hayden Christensen.
Hayden Christensen, because I mean,
he did the best he could.
I mean, what's a better name? Name a better name.
I don't know.
Lots of names are better actually, but he definitely did better in the third one.
Mm-hmm.
The third is my favorite prequel.
I agree. I feel like it just got better. They understood what they did
Yeah.
wrong in the previous ones, and they kind of like learned from their mistakes.
Well, and I think he was able to act better.
Yeah, so like prequels are really rough for me, but sequels, I don't know. I'm like almost indifferent. Episode 7, Force Awakens, I was okay with. I liked it. I didn't mind it at all.
Mhm.
I didn't have any problems with it. I didn't think it brought anything new to the table. I thought it was like, it's all right. But episode 8, Last Jedi, man, that was okay. Like I saw it, you remember we saw it in theaters together. I remember we went to the same
The Last
showing.
Jedi. Yeah, the 8th episode.
Yeah, and like I walk out of the theater and I'm obviously like first time you watch a movie you're just like, oh, that was enjoyable. I don't go into a movie immediately critiquing it. That's more of like afterthought type
Yeah,
thing.
because you've only watched it so much.
Yeah, so I only saw it once, so I watched it in theater and that was it. And then I watched it again on Netflix when it came out on Netflix, and I found myself getting super bored in the movie. Like,
it is a boring. It's like a long, just flat line of story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's such. There's just nothing in there. Like, I know you haven't seen Rise of Skywalker yet, but literally, I'm pretty sure Last Jedi is referenced maybe like once, and that's it.
Right, the story doesn't build. It's just an entirely different thing.
Yeah.
Luke was rough for me in the I know
Yeah.
Hamill came back. I'll be honest, I don't want to bag on him too much. He isn't the greatest actor. Like he wasn't the greatest actor as
Mhm.
Luke in the originals. I mean,
But
he did his role,
yeah,
but anyway, he came back and just the character that they had him be was just kind of
yeah. E-
disappointing.
yeah,
You're
even
like
even
you didn't want a normal human. You wanted Luke
yeah,
Skywalker.
exactly. Even Mark Hamill was like, I didn't
Yeah,
like
it was. Yeah,
what they wrote Luke into.
yeah,
And like I totally agree in the fact that
but
like it didn't feel like Luke Skywalker. It kind of
yeah,
just was, it was like it was it was really sad, you know? It's real. I also think it's realistic because
but we
literally,
didn't need that. We
yeah,
have
yeah,
realistic in real life. And that's what I was saying. Yeah, exactly. We don't go to the movies to watch what we already watch every day.
This is true.
I mean, it depends on the movie.
Yeah.
But for Luke, we wanted Luke back. We wanted this figure, but then that ties into the whole other plot and story and how it just kind of. I mean, I think the real MVP in that movie was the cows. The cow guys on the cliffs.
Some character arcs were
A little bit.
pretty good. I think the whole Kylo Ren thing where he's like struggling to figure everything out, and then he with Rey, I think that was okay. I think that was pretty good. But Poe, I think Poe had the best character arc out of everyone in the movie.
Yeah,
Just
he was a
because
good one.
like I really like his character. His character in all three movies I have really enjoyed. Just because you can see how much he's grown, especially
Right.
after you watch Rise of Skywalker. Like you can see how much his character grows
Well,
so much.
I feel like he is a Star Wars character,
Yeah,
whereas some of the other people they just don't. They're not.
they don't feel like
Like,
Star Wars
it feels
characters.
weird.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Poe feels like someone who is in the Star Wars universe. I'll tell you the one thing you said it, and I'm going to contradict you because I'm allowed to.
Hmm.
The biggest letdown for me that really I feel ruined it is the presence of a bad guy. So I was super stoked going into the movie. You go into the movie and you're going through the movie starts, and then the scene comes when the stormtroopers take over the village
Hmm.
and they start to burn and kill everybody, which is a horrible thing. But
And then and then Kylo Ren comes
and
out.
then Kylo Ren shows up, and he comes in this ship, obviously an ode to Darth Vader and the Imperial, cargo ships and stuff. He comes out, and I was excited, and he came out, and I was like, oh shoot, like this guy's for real, right? And he goes through his dialogue, which is great.
Hmm.
I feel like they did great with his masked voice, and he's threatening and menacing, and the lightsaber. So as soon as it
everything
powered
feels
up,
very
you were like,
cool.
what? And then when he holds the bolt
You're
and
like,
then
oh
lets it go
snap.
like 5 minutes later, yeah, just so much. I felt the power, and then throughout the movie, he obviously has some anger like issues,
Yeah.
which I felt like were fine. Like he's a character, like he just like he does what he wants. He just smashes things. What ruined it is the moment where they're in the ship, and Rey is in the chair. She's captured, and he takes his mask off,
And
and
he looks like a
I
child.
he looks like a man child,
Yeah.
and more importantly, up until this point, he had like anger issues and he wasn't completely stable, but that was the character.
Hmm.
But I felt like when he took his mask off, he became a man child in the respect of a physical appearance and his character. He was like a whiny child. And I felt like that. Whoa! They're getting mad at me. The podcast gods are throwing stuff at me. Okay. And I felt like that ruined it because I need a solid bad guy.
Yeah.
in a movie like that. I mean, there's movies where there's an exception, but this Star Wars movie, going into it, I wasn't looking for Darth Vader because he was gone. I mean, that's done and gone. But I needed someone to replace him with that presence, and I got it up until that moment.
Yeah. I feel like there's no villain throughout each of the movies.
There's no
There's different
evil
villains
presence.
in each movie, which
Yeah,
isn't
there's
how it's
no-
supposed to work.
yeah.
There's supposed to be one villain that's overarching all of them. In the originals, it was Darth Vader, but that was also alluding to a higher power, which was Palpatine.
Exactly.
And the same thing was going on in the prequels. The prequels was Count Dooku leading up to Palpatine.
Yeah.
So like, and in the Rise of Skywalker, like I'm pretty sure you already know, but like,
yeah,
it's
Palpatine came back or whatever.
It's Palpatine.
Which I still don't understand, and it's
So
stupid.
like,
but-
yeah, the way they brought him back was very abrupt. It wasn't built up in any way, shape, or form. It was just random. It was like they retconned anything that happened in Last Jedi and just
Yeah,
like
I mean, they
tossed
just
it
read the
in.
comments section and put him in the movie. Like, oh my
Basically,
gosh, what if Palpatine was still alive? And they were
Yeah.
like, oh shoot, what an idea, and then just stuck
so
him
it
in there.
was. So that's that. I definitely feel that, but I also think Kylo Ren's character. I don't know if he should have. I think Snoke, they really should have done a better job with. He should have been
Yeah.
the overarching villain.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Is Kylo Ren is this character, and then becomes a man-child in my mind. And I was okay with that because you said the his conflict is a thing.
Yeah.
But I think that when they were in the room in the high palace with Snoke or whatever, and then stuff happens. Anyway, he end up cut in half or whatever. I was like,
But
what?
That just happened.
Yeah, he was just lacking so much. Like, I was okay if you create this evil, like, just a cruel, like Palpatine. You didn't even have to bring him back. If you just built Snoke upon that foundation, I feel like they could have gone somewhere. But they were just like, no, he just gets cut in half,
He gets Darth Mauled.
Because whatever. It's like, what?
That's it.
Yeah. I hate to bag on him because I know, like, I mean, you feel kind of indifferent. You like him a little bit, and lots of people love him.
Yeah.
But they just don't do anything for me.
I'm choosing prequels or sequels for me. I literally like it's such a hard choice. It's like I like 1 out of 3 movies in the prequels, and I'm indifferent.
And then you
about
like
all 3.
indifferent about all 3 of them. Yeah.
So it's a very hard choice. They're like even in my book. I feel like.
Well, I was about to say my vote is in for prequels. Sean, you have to decide. We can't end the podcast until you decide.
Hang on, where's a coin? I'm gonna go get a.
You're gonna flip a coin.
I'm gonna
on
flip
it?
a coin.
This is serious cinema talk, and you're gonna flip a coin. This guy,
right.
Man, this man's right here.
In my hand, I'm holding.
In your hand.
500.
Said in my hand.
In my hand, I'm holding a 500 Ugandan shilling coin.
Oh.
So what's tails? Prequels heads, sequels tails.
Yeah.
It's sequels.
I like how you looked at it. I'm not sure what the emotion was, but you went. You were like, okay, I guess. All right, so Sean is for sequels and Hayden is for prequels.
Next topic. What is your favorite like Star Wars media? Just like in general, it could be movies, TV show, comics, video games, like anything, any sort of Star Wars media.
I like the movies, but The Mandalorian was fairly good. I'm hoping they can pick it up because it was getting kind of sloppy. But I do love, and I mean, people mock me for it, Clone Wars.
People mock you for that? Dude, that show is amazing.
It's a great
It's
arc.
so good.
It's just there's just so much content.
Yes.
And then they came out recently. I don't know if you know, but they came out recently with a 7th season on Disney Plus.
I watched
like
all of it.
The final season. I haven't watched any of them. I need a chance to.
Oh my goodness, dude! You're gonna. Oh my gosh, it's so good, And
I know.
I
Well,
think
if it's anything like the first 6 seasons, then it'll be a bomb, dude.
yeah,
It'll be
dude.
amazing.
Oh my goodness. I love
So
I think Clone Wars for me is probably like my favorite
so
Star
now I
Wars.
want to hear your thoughts on 2003, was it? The 2003
I
Clone Wars?
literally no, I'm not even lying to you. Right before this I watched that. I have both of those on DVD.
You were
I
you were locked
watched
and
both of
loaded
them.
for that question, dude.
I literally I'm not even lying. I turned that on like 2 hours ago, and
Uh-huh.
I watched both volumes, both seasons of of that show, and
That's
it's
wild.
so cool. There were so
I
many
didn't.
things that I wish and like I genuinely still think are canon, even though a lot of it
A
technically it
lot
is
of it says,
none
yeah.
of it
People say that it's not.
is canon anymore, even though like there are some things that are addressed in in that Clone Wars that actually isn't in the 7 seasons that are in
Right.
the show,
Yeah, I
which is
didn't know that
crazy.
show was a show until a couple years back.
Well, the
When I
thing,
came across it,
yeah,
I'm like, how did I not ever see that there was a flat animation Star
yeah,
Wars?
it's really good.
I
It's
love General Grievous
oh my
from
goodness, yes,
from
super
the
cool,
original Clone Wars.
super cool.
Oh yeah, it was like being a 5-year-old every time he came on screen or spoke. You were just like just waiting, yeah, waiting with anticipation.
It's like yeah,
And
um,
he's a character I like in the movie too.
yeah,
I've I mean he was killed off obviously, but
quickly.
I feel like he filled his time. I thought he was a great bad guy.
General Kenobi.
I know. I wish I could talk. I wish it. You have to like smoke cigarettes for like 20 years to sound like him. Either that or get put into a droid body, you know.
Yeah.
But that'd be cool to sound like him, like turn it on and off. So like someone tries to mug you and you're just like,
Peter,
ugh.
I think Peter does a pretty good impression of it. I always go, hello there, and he goes, General Kenobi.
Kenobi. I I'm sorry. I hate to bring it back. You
But-
said Peter, and I immediately thought
Lighthouse.
Gotta stay focused here, man.
I got.
So okay, so to your question,
I was went off track.
they're equal. I'm not gonna flip a coin on it. Movies and TV are pretty equal.
Yeah.
If the Mandalorian starts to like
Decline.
bog down, I might have to go up to movies as my first. But just the Clone Wars, it's great.
Mm-hmm.
What about you?
Back to lighthouses real quick. Do you think there are lighthouses in Star Wars?
I'm sure there are lighthouses of sorts. I mean, like, isn't like just like a city? I'm sure cities have like a beacon.
Some
I mean,
sort
how
of.
else do you get to a city with a spaceship? You know, I feel like space
Star
stations
houses.
are just lighthouses in disguise.
Yeah, probably. That's what all I wanted to ask. Yeah, I think Clone Wars is my favorite as well because there's just something about Clone Wars that is super cool. So that like really cements the mentality to me that if you get a ton of Star Wars fans together who have like a ton of talent and a ton of love for Star Wars, they can make something that's way better than any company that doesn't really care and just wants money can ever create. And I think that's
Right.
where Last Jedi really fell through. J.J.
Yeah,
Abrams is
well,
a Star Wars fan, and a lot of the people that were working on production are Star Wars fans. So that's why people liked Force Awakens a heck of a lot more than they like Last Jedi.
yeah, and then they just kind of switched. They switched directions, and they put this. Didn't they put some lady in charge of it?
In charge of Lucasfilm? Are you talking
Yeah,
about
I can't
Kathleen
remember.
Kennedy?
Is that her? I don't know. I know that
she's
she was
the
involved in.
CEO of Lucas. Yeah, she was trying to push agendas in the movies, which is
Yeah.
that should never be your intention when making a movie.
Right.
Then it's gonna
Like
suck.
yeah. I don't know why people even think about that sort of thing. And I don't mean like not putting women in movies. I mean like why should it matter?
Just write a good character.
Like you can have a good character, male, female, Wookiee. Who cares?
Oh my gosh.
I mean, I guess Wookiee's like Chewbacca's a male, but
okay, idea. An entire Star Wars anthology movie about Kashyyyk.
that would be pretty epic.
And it's like tribal and like all this type of like stuff, and maybe you can have like a few Easter eggs for like Han Solo, or maybe like I don't know, something like that. And
Right,
also,
you can totally explore that.
Yeah, and I think, and also something that would be really awesome. There was a video game that came out a long time ago, Star Wars Commando, and it was super awesome.
Yep.
They need to make a movie or a show just about a squadron of clone commandos.
I want a good movie about clones. I don't want a movie about clones that is so.
Yeah.
If you're going to do it, you got to do it.
I want the love.
You want the love? You want the love?
Because, oh my goodness, Clone Wars changed.
He said I want the love.
Clone Wars changed how I feel about Order 66 and how sad it actually is.
Oh, like, it's terrible.
Oh my gosh, Clone Wars. Like, there's just something.
I want the love.
There's just something about it. Like my favorite arcs are not even including.
Mm-hmm.
They're all clones. That or they're Mandalorian. Because Mandalorian and Obi-Wan Kenobi gets like, holy frick, the best stuff. The best stuff, man.
Right. Yeah, then, clones are pretty awesome. I love the fact that they became something more than intended. Like right off the bat, like they all come to an understanding. Like like we are people. We're not just. I mean, numbers. It's said over and over. We're not just droids. We're not just this soldier. We're brothers, and it's definitely like the better stories of anything in Star Wars.
Oh my goodness, Captain Rex, literally like takes the cake. Captain Rex and Obi-Wan Kenobi get the best stories, and maybe Ahsoka also gets the best stories. Those three people get like literally the coolest stories, because Obi-Wan gets to deal with the stuff on Mandalore. Ahsoka is just a really cool character, and she grows so much throughout this
from like a child, like a literally
a child to like a full-grown adult. And then Captain Rex has his brothers, and he's trying to like deal with the fact that like they're made for one purpose, and that purpose is to be a soldier. What happens after the war is won? What happens when there's no need for soldiers?
Right.
So there's just like all this stuff. It's super
My favorite
cool.
episode, clone related, I think, is that OG episode on the Regi Outpost moon.
Oh yeah.
And you have the Squad 5's Heavy and
Echo,
yeah. And I feel so bad not remembering which one sacrificed himself.
It was
Heavy.
It
was Heavy. And that literally, I will not, ladies and gentlemen, do not poke fun at me, because I will come and I will
find you.
And I have a particular set of skills. I will kill you. That was out of order. But I cried. I straight up cried watching an animated TV show. And I was like, what? Like that episode just solidified everything for me, and it was...
There's something so powerful about it doesn't need to be animated. It can be live action. There's just something so powerful about a character that is likable and relatable, and that you actually care about. And that was the clones. And you know what happens at the end of the war. You know the clones end up being the bad guys.
The whole time you're like...
The entire time you're like, I don't want them to be the bad guys. I don't want to root against them. They're good men. And then you realize that the Jedi weren't the only victims of Order 66. That's crazy. That's insane.
It is.
super poetic too.
All right, you gotta. Where's the list? We got a big list of topics because we gotta lighten it up. No, call Ellie. Call Ellie.
For a Star Wars topic. That's even
Yeah.
better. Even better.
Yeah, well, because she totally. Yeah,
Absolutely.
she
Yeah.
totally get involved.
Absolutely.
Now, if she knows anything. Water's so good.
I'm gonna greet her by saying, "May the Fourth be with you."
My water tastes like
Hello?
minerals.
Justin, you suck.
Sneak attack. Why? Ask him. Ask him.
Justin. Okay. I hate you so.
I was like, Ellie
picked up the
got
phone.
manly. Yeah. Hello.
Okay, so Hayden and I are doing another podcast, and happy May the 4th, by the way. May the 4th be with you.
May the Fourth be with you.
So we need a
Like a
Star
pleasantry.
Wars topic.
A Star
Light,
Wars
light,
topic, so
light.
you want
A light-hearted Star Wars topic. Yeah, we were gonna
We
ask
just-
Ellie as a joke, but like then you picked up the phone.
I don't know anything about Star Wars.
That's why we chose
That's
you. You
better.
picked something light.
Yeah, we need a light topic.
We just got really heavy. Pun intended. Anything other than like really heavy situations like Order 66.
So you want something that people can laugh at, pretty much.
Yeah, basically.
They just talk about how Jar Jar Binks is the true Sith Lord.
we already
We already did.
we already kind of referenced that.
Talk about the ending of the newest movie. How she became a Skywalker. All that fun stuff.
Oh,
'Cause
Hayden hasn't seen it.
it's not good, so tell him not to watch it.
All right, sorry. Let's just pause the podcast. I'll go watch the whole movie and we'll come back.
I don't know. Talk about Luke and Leia's relationship as siblings.
That's
Lighthearted.
yes, that's a good one. That's a good one. Okay.
That's
Thanks, buddy. If
You're
you
welcome.
want to come by, I won't mind that.
Okay. Well,
he's.
I might. I probably will.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me know. All right, bye, buddy. Love
Bye,
you.
Sean.
Bye,
Love
Ellie.
you.
Bye.
Love you. He wants the love. Oh my gosh.
Luke and Leia's relationship.
That was weird. It really was. It was a whack.
Okay, so I think George Lucas didn't know what he was doing in the beginning. That's why I think that. Because Leia kisses him multiple times.
You didn't think that George Lucas set her up as a Skywalker?
In the very beginning, no. Absolutely not.
Oh, shoot.
I think he was like, yeah, that's a good plot twist. But everyone else was like, you made them kiss in the...
Oh, yeah, that was weird, dude. Oh. I mean, how do you not...
Like,
How
what
do you not just have, like, a radar, like a Skywalker sense, like a Spidey sense?
It's like,
I mean,
I feel
they're
like I
connected in the
shouldn't kiss
Force,
this.
right?
yeah.
Yeah, I feel like the Force would be like, like
The
stopping
Force would
you.
be like,
No.
At like family dinners.
Uh-huh.
It's like, hey, do you remember when we were fighting the Empire? And we were on Hoth that one time?
And we definitely. That's so gross. I can't even. It's so weird.
Do you think, Han definitely brought that up like multiple times? And
Oh,
just,
yeah.
like, rubbed that in like Luke and Leia's
Dude,
face.
speaking of a character, dude,
Han Solo?
he's one of the greatest, man.
Yeah, I know. He's great.
And I mean, like, it wasn't like the original movies. Harrison Ford wasn't. I mean, like, he doesn't deserve an Emmy for it, but Emmy? No, not an Emmy.
Grammy?
No,
No, not Grammy.
not
That's
Grammy.
music.
Is it
Oscar.
an Oscar? That's what it is. There's so
Oh
many names. Graham, M,
EGOT.
Oscar, Tino, and
Tracy.
there's no Tinas. I almost said a Brad Pitt award.
What would
Only
that
he
be?
achieves it.
What would that be?
No, an Oscar. He doesn't deserve an Oscar for it, but Harrison
It's
Ford just
great.
made that character, dude.
It's
He's
great.
great. Yeah, he definitely poked fun at that all the time,
Oh,
but
yeah.
simultaneously didn't have a problem with it. Simultaneously just ignored the fact and moved on.
because he knew nothing would come of it anymore.
And let's be real, like without Han Solo, there would be no movies. I mean, I think about the iconic scene where he saves him from the Wampa and cuts open the steed and shoves him in there. Dude, the willpower to do that. Like if this was a real scenario,
That's insane.
that's friendship right there.
Could you imagine doing that to me? It's like I'm passed out in the snow. I am no help. You just grab my lightsaber
Oh,
and
dude,
shove me.
that's
you
wild.
Shove me inside a dead animal.
Recently dead, by the way. Okay. Yeah, no, that'd be
it's like that had been there for like 2 days, just smelling awful. Could you imagine?
Oh, I mean, no, but also just the like the thought, to do that. Like maybe after a while, but it was like 30 seconds. He was like, "Yo, I got it," and just shoves him in there, and
Yeah,
it was
that
like,
was pretty
"Whoa,
That makes you wonder, like, what kind of situations has Han Solo been in?
dude,
where that
rough, man."
that literally
Rough.
just like, oh, this is what I gotta do.
Yeah, no, Han is also another thing I like about the sequels.
Yeah,
Old Harrison Ford
he
playing
doesn't want to
Han
be
Solo.
there. Harrison Ford is very grumpy nowadays. He wants nothing
Yeah,
to do with Star Wars.
but I
It's
think
really-
it was okay
Oh yeah.
because it transferred over into the character.
Mhm.
I mean, he was still friends with Chewie, but just like he didn't want to be involved in anything anymore. He didn't want to see Leia. He didn't want any of this. He was just this grumpy old Han that's kicking butt and smuggling stuff, and it still worked out.
Yeah.
Harrison Ford is a wonderful interview too. Have you watched like Jimmy Fallon, Jimmy Kimmel? I just love him in interviews.
It's good. He's just like he's so done. I feel like he's
just
like
a
2 days from
legend.
quitting Hollywood. He's just like I'm
He's
done.
he's 2 days from quitting life, man. He's just gonna go find a Wookiee and just live in a refrigerator box and just. I like how we steered away from
Siblings relationship.
sibling incest.
Yeah, that was weird. That is a weird topic. Thanks, Justin. I'm gonna make sure to say thank you.
Hey, as far as things go, though, would you rather talk about that or lighthouses?
He was-
I can't drop it, man. It doesn't.
I don't know, man. That's a hard choice. Like, realistically, I think I'd rather talk about lighthouses.
100%. 100%.
I mean, like, talking about incest is basically the same as talking about Game of Thrones. So, like,
Yeah, I've never.
yeah, I haven't.
I wish I'd never seen one. I know of it and like some of the characters and stuff. There's a difference between tasteful. I mean, like relationships are a part of a TV show and they're a part of story arcs and stuff. But just to go over the top with just unnecessary baggage. I feel like I would have watched it. I do because I'm like, oh, that's cool. Like this fantasy
world.
medieval
Yeah.
world. Yeah. With dragons and some lady that can control dragons or whatever. You know who baffles me? We're getting off topic, but might as well. Is the Mountain. I can't remember his real name, but he's one of the characters in the show. But he is literally a giant from Iceland. Like I mean, I gotta look it up. Hold on, portrayed by Habfor Bjornsson. Like I said,
Icelandic.
Apologize to all the Icelandic people watching the podcast. Y'all are awesome, and you guys are nuts. Like, this guy is like 8 feet tall, and like made of like pure just muscle fiber. Yeah,
Gosh.
like he has no internal organs. It's just muscle fiber.
Wow.
He's just this mountain.
Wow.
He's wild. No, yeah, recommend. Maybe don't watch the show, lol. But I definitely recommend to just like Google search The Mountain from Game of Thrones, and just give him a look-see, and you can dive into like YouTube videos where he just does interviews, and like he does like this guy doesn't fit in a car. Like that's how big this dude is.
He's tall. He could bench press a smart car.
Well, I think that he was in a like a strongman challenge in Iceland, and they literally pick up cars. Like they cut a hole in the middle of the car, they leave all the framing, but they pull everything out, cut a hole in the middle, and you step in and you pick up the car. That's how big these guys are.
I want to see. Okay, tell me this would not be awesome. A video of Dwayne The Rock Johnson just like like the tire flips that you do with like big tires. Him doing that with a smart car.
He might be able to.
He might. Hayden. He might be able to.
Listen. Dwayne Johnson's a ripped guy. He's a monster. But you have to Google search this Bjornsson dude. He is nuts. He's an animal.
Wait, I've seen this dude. I saw him.
I know you have.
I saw him on YouTube. He just recently. I think he just recently broke the world record for
some
deadlift.
record. Yeah.
For deadlift.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. Congrats to him.
Congrats to Mr. Bjornsson.
I'm saying that because if he ever meets me, he'll beat me up easily.
Dude, beat you up. He won't even see you. I'm floored. Well, back to what was I saying? The Bible. It talks about in the Old Testament. It talks about the city of like giants and stuff. Yeah, like large people.
David
and
Goliath.
This is literally proof
that they exist.
That they existed, because you have this branch of individuals that ended up in Iceland and that lived in Iceland and prospered and
gained mass amounts of muscle.
Like how
giant people.
They are literally giant people.
It's
like he
awesome.
could pick you up
and throw
by your neck and just lift you in the air. Just no problem. And you look like a little baby child. You look like a man-child, like Kylo Ren. He just picks him up.
Speaking of monsters, what's your favorite Star Wars monster? Because there's actually like
there's so many.
There's a lot.
There's so many. And we're talking like animals, right?
Yeah, animals.
Like wildlife.
Nothing like, not like technological monsters or anything like that. It's like, like animals or.
There's a spot in my heart for Rancor.
Rancor, that's what I was thinking.
I mean, he's not the only Rancor, obviously, but he saves a spot in my heart. Because, I mean, I feel that would be stupid to do a movie on the Rancor, but...
That would be. What about a Star Wars nature documentary?
That could really be a hit.
Honestly, I agree.
And just explore...
But it would have to be voiced. It would have to be voiced by James Earl Jones.
Yeah.
That would be amazing.
That would be epic.
Disney, get on that.
Hey guys, just a shout out to drinking water.
Yeah, I don't do that.
I'm drinking a lot of water on the podcast. Stay hydrated.
Yeah.
Especially since if you're gonna dive into sitting and binging Star Wars movies, you definitely need a water bottle ready.
Absolutely.
Or you will dehydrate and die.
And maybe a barf bucket for those.
Possibly a barf bucket when Han shoves Luke inside of what is it? A sheep? What?
It's a tauntaun.
Tauntaun. See, that's how much Sean knows, wizard. Shoves him in the tauntaun. Yeah, or you could just have popcorn, and then you'll be finished with the popcorn by the time you get there, and then you can just throw open the popcorn.
You'll just like back into the. You'll throw. So you'll eat all the popcorn, and then you
throw it up, and then you can eat it again.
Exactly.
That's so gross. Oh, it's so gross. I guess I won't get into that.
What?
I was gonna ask if you watched Bloodshot yet.
No.
I watched that with Ellie and Justin actually, and Caitlin, and
Ashley, right?
Ashley, yeah. And Rachel. Rachel was there. I thought that was so funny because Rachel's kind of a non-violence kind of person.
Mm-hmm.
Like she kind of. Oh, but then, oh my gosh, Rachel, I'm gonna throw you under the bus right here.
She can't. She won't be able to watch it. She's on mission.
Yeah, it'll be a long time, right? We were talking about this Bloodshot movie, and we were like, it'll be fine, it'll be a good story, you know, because she's not into just violent action movies. She really loved the movie, which I thought was interesting. But before the movie, while the trailers were rolling, I mean, no, it wasn't the trailers. It was like before the annoying chick that's like, "Hi, welcome to the pre-show," or whatever her name is. She could just quit her job for all I care. Gosh, she's annoying. I can't get her out of my head now. Rachel told me a story about, she's like, I had this idea for Finding Nemo, but in real life. And I was like, yo, that's a cool idea. You know, I kind of leaned in. I was like, okay, yeah, I'm listening. And she totally went through and did this whole spiel. And then it started to just
turn dark.
It started to get whack, yeah. She was sitting, and then she was like, and then she got abducted, and then the Nemo character gets abducted by, like, sex traffickers. And I was like, whoa, like, this just, like, I was like, this is a cool, like, when she said real life Finding Nemo, I was like, oh, that's like, cool. Like a kid gets lost or whatever. Yeah, she totally turned it down and was like, yeah, the kid gets, like, kidnapped by sex traffickers. Anyway, in the end, I was like, but in the end, he gets away. He meets people on the way, right? You know, or whatever. He gets saved from this experience physically and emotionally, right? And I think that's what I said, actually. And she goes, well, no, at the end, he kind of escapes, but then he dies. And can you see Rachel saying that in your mind? She's like, yeah, he just dies. And I was like, okay,
I'm gonna
anyway,
leave now.
yeah. And then I think I actually went to the bathroom. We were tag team in the bathroom because we didn't want to lose our seats. But I was like, that is the wildest thing. I mean, this is chicken Rachel. This is,
You're on my
this
chickens.
is, I don't stay up past midnight Rachel, you know? Like, and she just, oh man, it went dark.
Blew
and
your
I was
mind.
like, but wouldn't that idea be fantastic? I mean, lighten it up a little bit. Obviously. He'll get kidnapped or something. But to meet like a biker gang on the way, you know, back home, to meet like a tourist or something, to meet all these, you know, individuals that kind of mirror like the turtles and the seagulls and the, you know, stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh, that's a really good idea. Now that I've said it out loud, someone's going to steal it and make it, and I'm not going to get any money.
Disney.
Freaking Disney.
Why do you have to make so many good movies?
I have a love-hate with Disney.
They make a lot of nice movies, but they also make a lot
They make a lot of great movies. They make a lot of really just kind of dumb movies. They make a lot of money, which in my respect is like, dude, props to you. Like, they have a monopoly of a lot of companies. And I mean, that's what you're supposed to do. I mean, you start a business and you just grow and you just swallow. I'm not saying you necessarily want to destroy other businesses, but you just swallow up and conglomerate. I mean, they make so much money, but on the other hand, you're like, dude, you got money, man. Like, you're good. Just keep all the networks and things you own. Yeah, just keep it in the ballpark.
Hayden. The mouse is hungry.
Hot dog!
I want more hot dogs! You are a hamburger man, I'm a hot dog man!
Yeah, Mickey is bloodthirsty, man. He's a bloodthirsty businessman. He's like, well, how are we going to split it? Oh, I thought we were going to split it 90-10. And then run away with the whole company. Yeah, wild. Yeah, I mean, you see those things like the dark secrets about Disney. It's like, it's not a secret. They're a business, and they destroy people, you know? They swallow up other businesses, but...
They're ruthless, all right?
But
they're ruthless.
They're ruthless.
They took all my teachings to heart, and I can never be prouder.
That was good.
Thank you.
But I love Disneyland. You know, I can't.
Honestly.
Can't hate it, man.
I cannot.
And I know. I know their tricks. I know their secrets. Churros cost $4. That's wild, but I still buy them like every day in
last
Disneyland
time I
because they're
was there,
so
they were
good.
they were like almost $5, bro. They're
They're
hiking
dude,
up
they're
prices,
but they're so good.
They're
And it's a
it's
Disneyland
magic.
thing.
It's magic,
Just
man.
it's magic. That's what they want you to think. It's magic. Welcome to the happiest place on earth. Because like a churro a day, you know, keeps the monsters away, man.
Mm.
So I would literally eat, and I don't know how I didn't
Churro
get
a day
fat.
keeps the munchies away, bro.
I didn't get
Churro a day keeps the munchies away.
munchies.
Munchies.
The way you said munchies.
Munchies.
No, but I don't know how I didn't get fat. I ate a churro, and they're big too.
Hayden, it's because you're walking around on asphalt in 100-degree heat
Yeah.
for like
True.
12 hours a day.
You know the story.
I got so tired last time I went to Disneyland. Last time I went to Disney, I got wiped out. And senior grad night, we went to Disneyland. I was so tired. I like passed out at the end of the day. And then same thing happened every single time I go. Like I'm there like all day, and then I'm out. I'm
That's how it
so
works.
done.
It tires you out. Disclaimer to people who were on that trip to San Diego for band. We did a spring tour to San Diego. On the plane, and I mean, I feel
guys
so
flew?
embarrassed
Fancy.
admitting this, but on the plane, no. It was Seattle. Seattle, my bad. San Diego. Oh, I got a story for San Diego. Seattle, though, we were on the plane. It's not a long trip, but I had diarrhea the whole plane ride. It's not that, like, I'm just, like, nervous of flying or nervous of the trip. I mean, I was a little bit. Everybody is. But I ate something, like, the night before,
Oof.
and it was just nonstop on the plane, and I feel so embarrassed
Taco Bell
admitting
caught
that.
up with you.
But yeah, but it's interesting how like I loved Seattle though, and just forgot the fact that I just crapped myself on the plane. Not literally crapped myself, but
almost.
almost did. Yeah,
You just listen to Nirvana and you're like, everything's okay. Turn the lights off.
dude, Seattle was so fun. I had a buddy in one of our rooms that if we were not getting ready to go somewhere else, or eating food or something, the dude was in his underwear.
Respect.
Like all free time,
Respect.
underwear boy. Yeah, I was like, okay.
That sounds
But
kind
just
of. Not
I
gonna
had
lie,
such a squad.
that
I had
kinda
such a
sounds
roommate squad for Seattle. It just brings back memories, man. Yeah.
May the 4th be with you.
May the 4th be with everybody.
Happy Star Wars Day.
Yep, legendary day.
Are you gonna watch the stuff on Disney Plus, the Star Wars stuff that has been released?
I might have to watch the movie and hate on it the whole time.
And then you can go.
I'm gonna watch it with my sister because she feels the same way. We're gonna sit there and go, I hate you. You're disgusting. Wait.
Abby doesn't like it.
Abby hates the sequels too. Yeah.
Really? That's funny.
But also, I don't think she's ever seen all the original and all the prequels. She's not interested. It's not something she
She just
vibes
doesn't
with.
like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Justin
Yeah.
hates the new one. It's really funny. And he was like, I can't wait till you watch it so I can vent to you.
I heard that there is a connection with Rey and Kylo that happens, and it's just like barf inside, like Ultron barfing inside his mouth gross, you know?
Mm,
Like, just the worst.
yeah. It's not
By the way,
terrible.
legendary Ultron line.
What's your favorite line from Star Wars? There's so many good ones.
Definitely, I think the cliche. I have a bad feeling about this.
That's a good one.
That's a good one. Let me think of I think there's another one.
Obviously, I don't think we can count "Hello there," like, cause that's
Hello
just-
there.
That's too.
No,
good.
you can count that, dude. That's meme. That's meme central.
I love that one so much, but like I don't know if that would be my favorite.
We haven't talked about our favorite characters, but this leads into it. Lots of my favorite lines are from the one, the only, the man, the myth, the legend,
Han Solo.
Darth Vader.
Darth Vader.
Darth Vader.
Hmm.
I think Han Solo's up there, but I think all-time favorite is Darth Vader. His character, just
It's
his
really cool.
presence, his legendary status in the real world
And
of
just
cinema.
to clarify, you don't mean like the character like Anakin Skywalker leading into Darth Vader. You mean like straight
little
up
bit.
Darth Vader.
A little bit, yeah, a little bit, but mostly strictly when he became an embodied Darth Vader.
Yeah.
In real life, in cinema, one of the greatest bad guys ever fictionally created in cinema. Cinnamon. Don't hurt yourself. Darth Vader. Darth Vader, and lots of my favorite lines are from him.
Like what?
Dude, where's a cup? Is there a cup somewhere? I wonder if this will work. This is my hydro, by the way, everybody, ladies and gentlemen.
Very nice, very nice.
Custom made vinyl stickers.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
That's a good one.
That's a good one. I like.
I want them now, and I want them alive.
I just like him. He's just a great character.
I think my favorite.
James Earl Jones just knocked it out of the park with this.
He really
the way they
it.
tweaked his voice, it really killed it.
Yeah,
it was great.
Really, I think my favorite Darth Vader quote is "No."
My favorite Luke Skywalker quote is when he goes, "No, I am your father," and Luke goes,
"No, that's not true. That's impossible." No.
The physical emotion portrayed first is fake above all fake levels, and it's legendary. No, and grabbing the pole with the one hand he still has. No. Too good.
Favorite quote is.
Dude, yeah, I have to think about that. It's such a. We might have to bring it up in the next podcast, like sleep on it, because that's a question, dude.
That's hardcore, man.
Yeah.
Favorite character is I think it has to be Obi-Wan Kenobi.
You like Obi-Wan?
I really do, because not only in the prequels, he's my favorite character. Like he
does a great job.
He's the most likable. Ewan McGregor kills it. He's amazing.
McGregor does a great job with it.
Him. And then in the Clone Wars, he gets the best storylines, basically. So like, Daddy makes it.
It's because he's very similar to the prequels, and dude does a great job. Yeah.
James Arnold Taylor, super awesome. And then in the OGs, when he's Ben Kenobi, Sir Alec Guinness kills it. It's like, you don't need to see their identification. It's so good.
You know, the one part that disappointed me in the whole original series,
what?
The whole thing, was Ben Kenobi and Darth Vader.
The fight scene?
The fight scene that was not a fight scene.
It was two men poking sticks at each other.
Well, even then, just the way I understood the sacrifice, I just needed more from Obi-Wan Kenobi. I needed more. I needed him to just the sacrifice didn't feel right because of the lack of action, and not from like a just I want to see action standpoint. I wanted to see his character come out and make this stand, and then understand that he's gonna have to let this go, and this is going to be his fate. But I feel like it just kind of ended. There was a couple, there's poking, doom, 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 and then he just dropped it and just died. And you were like, what?
That was it.
That was the only. George Lucas, sir, that was the only discrepancy I had with that film.
I think that's just because, I think at the time they weren't 100% sure what kind of character Obi-Wan was, because at the time he was just the old guy,
Jedi,
the old wizard.
And that's the problem, is I wanted to see Obi-Wan Kenobi, the stalwart Jedi master.
But now he's just Obi-Wan Kenobi, the old
guy.
The old what in bad lip reading they're like the desert.
Those
hobo.
are so good.
The desert.
Those are so
hobo.
good. The desert hobo. Waiting in the bushes of love.
I
So
love
good.
that song. Is
Guys,
so good.
guys, recommended. YouTube, the channel is Bad Lip Reading, right?
Mm-hmm.
YouTube Star Wars Bad Lip Reading. Oh, just watch them. The Yoda one
Bushes of Love.
about the seagulls.
Oh my
Bushes
gosh,
of Love.
that one made me like cry. It was
I like to say these things in the oh, sorry.
so.
Different kind of wind down. My bad. Well, we need something random. Do we have a? Is our ginormous random selector machine with the giant lever operable yet, or?
Yeah, here it is. Hang on, just give me 1 second. Get it set up real quick. It's gonna take a hot sec. It's not 100% done yet,
Just
but
a
I'm working on it.
tippy tap top more.
And here we go.
The random generator machine, ladies and gentlemen.
Hang on, try again.
Yeah, get a good topic. Oh, I'm so satisfied by that. Did it generate something? Did it work?
Yeah. How do you feel about lighthouses?
It's broken. It's stuck on lighthouses.
It's stuck on lighthouses.
We haven't been able to program it.
Yeah.
You know what we could end it on? Long sleeve shirts.
How do you feel about them?
Yeah. Tell me how you feel. Tell me how you feel, and then we'll go from there. Just wind down with long sleeve shirts.
You know, long sleeve shirts. They're like I really just think they were invented because the arms were jealous of the legs, because the legs they've got pants. So like I don't think they arms. I'm sorry, but like just leave the long things to the pants, to the legs. And I gotta say, the shorts, that's the legs being jealous of the arms. It's the same
Leave
thing.
it alone, man. The way humans were meant to dress is short sleeves and long pants.
Exactly.
So, for all you guys out there, roll the sleeves up.
Yeah, tell us about your long sleeves, and if you like getting caught in the rain and drinking pina coladas
And doing conspicuous things with women in a newspaper ad.
yeah, and then tell your wife about it.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
Roll the sleeves, boys. Roll the sleeves.
Roll the sleeves. Any last words?
May the 4th be with you, bro.
May the 4th be with you.